drugs lang pati trafficking, there is really no personal victim here, except the state. Kaya na-dismiss. Pag second time, still so, Your Honor, we are very sorry, we apologize, but we have to give you the truth. I do not have the witness at all because he cannot be found nowhere. Unless the record. Dismiss. Tapos sabihin itong putang inang mga human rights. They just don't know how deep corruption runs in this country and how shallow is the human fragility. Kaya kung may perfect ba tayo, kaya sa Amerika kung gusto nila. But please do not drag me into that ICC. I will not submit to you, you idiots. ICC, who created that? Europe, EU. Who's the prosecutor there? Who appointed her? Diyan sa unit nilang International Criminal Court. Anong presidente nila sabi nila na Duterte, you see a psychiatrist. Kapatid pala ni King sa Jordan. Ipupunta ako ng Jordan. So, pinigilan ko muna. Paiyak tuloy ako. Inaapi-api kasi ako nakatao. May human na sampalin ko yung mga puto. Kaya yung itim na ano yung potot na iharap mo sa akin, kung nandito, sampalin ko yan. Ang baso ang IC. Who created you? We are Asians. You created that idiot thing in Europe. You appointed all the officials. And even the chairman of the International Court Commission, yung fiscal nila o prosecutor, was the brother of the King of Spain. Now may I ask you, what is he doing there? Were you elected democratically? Are you the choice of the people? Why would you bring me there? Putang ina, pagdating sampalin ko kayong lahat ng mga judges. Bunalan ko pa kayo yung ano-ano ninyo, mayroong givel na buto yung ulo ninyo. Pag magwala ako doon. What the hell are you trying to? Tawag na. And you cannot acquire jurisdiction. You know why? Even if it is really a valid agreement, our laws requires. There's a constitution which says that no man shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. That is in the Constitution. Now here comes the Rome Agreement, the treaty which we signed. It was signed by President Strada, which is correct. It was sent to the Senate, which is also the correct way. Then, those who handled it, I don't know who, stupiduring Pilipino, diretso na nila sa Rome and attach it to the Rome Agreement. You know, in the Philippines, there's a saying, ignorance of the law excuses no one. But if there is no publication, how can I now be informed that there is a law? So my ignorance of the law would excuse me. What is the constructive notice? You have to publish it in the official gazette because that is the constructive way of saying, now we are bound by the law because it was published. It was never published. In People versus Tovera versus Tanyada, Supreme Court, that failure to publish it is fatal, which is correct. How, if I'm a Filipino, I was a prosecutor, I'm a president, how am I now to suppose that there is a law that binds us? Hindi mo pinablis eh. So, silly sending investigator, you must be an idiot. Anong itong EU created at ICC? Who drafted it? What was our participation? And if it is a valid agreement, who are the persons there? Who chose them? We? We here in the Philippines, I appoint, then it goes to the Senate for concurrence. Then when it is there's a agreement now, it becomes a law. Without that, without the publication, there is no law. It is not true that we separated, we have withdrawn, because we withdrew nothing, because there was no law at all.